The Calgary Stampeders are 3.5-point favorites as they get set to host the Ottawa Redblacks on Thursday, as the visitors will have a familiar QB at the helm. Veteran Jeremiah Masoli will make just his 6th start in 3 years, replacing Drew Brown, who suffered a foot injury against Saskatchewan last week. The Stamps have also shaken up their offense, with Cam Eccles going to the practice roster and 4-time All-Star center Sean McEwen hitting the 6-game injured list with a hand injury. Can the Red Blacks pull off an upset without their number one gun under center?
I think they can. And just to be frank, the Red Blacks are the better team straight up between these two right now, but that's not the reason why I'm picking them, or the only reason why I'm picking them. I think Jeremiah Masoli being under center for this game is going to mean something to his teammates. I know it pulls on our heartstrings, anyone who watches this league, to see him come back and get a start. It's going to do the same thing for the guys that have watched him grind it out for the last 3 years. Obviously, we saw what happened 2 years ago with that low, dirty hit by Garrett Marino, a devastating leg injury that required surgery, that got infected. He had to battle back. I mean, his leg was in jeopardy. His career was in jeopardy. Works his way back and then suffers an Achilles injury in his very first game last season. Back to rehab, a whole other year lost. We thought at the time that we may never see Jeremiah Masoli step onto a CFL field ever again. Here he's going to get this start. I think the Red Blacks are going to rally around him as a result, do whatever they can to make this a successful one, and they'll pull the upset as a result.
I am on the other side of this game. I am going to take the Red Blacks to cover. If you get Calgary under 3.5, I like that. But if it's more than a field goal like it is here, I'm going to take the Red Blacks to cover, but the Stampeders to win. Calgary has been a different team at home. I do like the change-up in that receiving core. They might miss Cam Eccles a little bit, but he's had a case of the dropsies. I like getting Jalen Philpott in that spot, who I think is a little bit more explosive. We've obviously seen his twin brother Tyson break out with the Montreal Alouettes. I think Jalen, it's only a matter of time before the same thing happens with him. I also, as much as you're right, it would be wonderful to see Jeremiah Masoli go off here. No, we're not supposed to cheer for anybody in the media, but Jeremiah Masoli, ultra likable guy. He's been in this league for over a decade. You can't find a single person who has a bad word to say about him. But he has lost Khalil Pimpleton, who has hit the 6-game injured list. I think that is a big downgrade to the Ottawa Redblacks receiving core. He was the deep threat who could take the top off the defense. And I also question what's going on with the Ottawa Redblacks offensive line. Ciro Hogan-Saint-Don, who has been a 2-year starter for them at center, is a healthy scratch for this one. Eric Starzala, former 7th-round pick at the University of Guelph, will make his first career start. So when you add up some of those other changes around Jeremiah Masoli, the fact that he's probably going to be rusty, again, he has played a grand total of 1 game in the last 2 calendar years because he got hurt on week 4 in 2022. That's not a lot of football. I like the Stampeders to win this one, albeit in a close contest.